Okay, so this is where we left off on the introduction to SketchUp, and we did things like gave it a name, saved it. You can always go back here to your library of drawings. Ignore these tools over here unless we need them, but this is your toolbar here. So we looked at the pointer tool, and we also looked at using the rectangle tool like this to draw a shape. Click once, drag the shape, click twice, and then use the push-pull tool to pull it up. Click once, drag it up, click twice for the height. Okay. If you don't like something, hit Control Z, or on a Mac Command Z, and that gets rid of it. Okay, what I want to do is I want to move down the toolbars a little bit here. So we've got the eraser tool, the pointer tool. Now when you have an object that's drawn like this, okay, if I click the pointer tool, if I want to select the entire thing, then I kind of go like this, from the lower right to the upper left, and that selects the whole thing, and I can delete it or whatever I want to do, okay? The select tool can also be used to select surfaces, like that surface, or that edge, or that surface, or that edge, okay? And then moving down, you've got the eraser tool, which you can use for to get rid of things. Paint tool and the line tool is a good one. So here's let's usually I just use a straight line tool, which is this. Click once, and I'm just going to click out of that to get rid of that blue line. So back to the line tool, click it. So let's say I want to cut this shape somehow. So I would go on the edge. You see how it says on edge there? I click once, I drag the line over, and I click twice on I click a second time on the other side. You notice that the line is red. Okay, the line's red, and that matches this red axis line down here. So that means you're going parallel with the ends of the shape. Okay, if you're drawing a line like this, then that's not parallel. You have to wait until it's red, and then you're parallel with the edges of the shape. So I click a second time, and that gives me a line. Okay, now what am I going to do with that line? Well, you could use this push-pull tool, which is this, and you could push the shape down like this. Okay, you could push this shape over like this. And you know, if I needed to make another cut in here or change it again somehow, you could use the push-pull tool with a line and create the, do this kind of thing. So there's a line tool. You could also create shapes with the line tool. So if I click once on the line tool, okay, bring it out here, click once to start, and then start drawing. Okay, see it's a green line. The green line means it's parallel with the green line over here. Okay, so there's that. I click once to create a corner, and then I'm going to bring it over this way. You see how it's red? It's red to match this axis line. And I just zoomed out there, sorry. Okay, so I'm going to go back, start that again. There's that line tool. And I'm going to click once there, click again here. Okay, you see that dotted red line appears? That means I'm the same length as the opposite side. Click, and that closes the shape. And once that shape's closed, I can raise it up with the push-pull tool to start creating a shape. But I'm going to hit Command Z or Control Z on a PC to get rid of that. Okay, that's the line tool. All right, continuing on here. So that's the line tool, and then we're going to move down. Don't worry about the curve, the arc tool just yet. Down here, we're going to go to these move functions, okay, move and rotate. So let's say you want to move this whole object in a certain direction. You can choose the move tool, okay, and this move tool, you can grab something and move it. However, watch what happens. Okay, so if I want to move, let's say I want to move the object, I click once and I start to move it, and I click twice. Well, that just looks silly, okay? So I'm going to undo that. This is the thing about SketchUp that you need to understand, is that right now this is like a piece of it's like a piece of putty. If you start to grab one spot and start to move it, okay, then everything else is going to stay the same. So you can get some pretty weird things going on. So you need to understand how to use the move tool, and this is how to do it. If I want to move the whole shape, the first thing I have to do is select the whole shape. So come up here to select, and I have to select the whole shape. And you can either do that by creating a box around it, and that selects the whole thing, and you can therefore choose the move tool, and you can move the whole thing. Okay? Or you can go back to the select tool. Instead of drawing a box around it, you triple click on it. 1, 2, 3, like that. You triple click, and then you can choose the move tool and start to move the thing. Okay. All right. That's the second video, and what we're going to get into next time is how to draw a few shapes at the same time. Okay, but that's it for now.